Hello, and welcome to my presentation on emotional intelligence. We will be specifically focusing on nurses and the perioperative environment for this presentation. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to identify, understand, and manage one's own emotions, as well as recognize and react appropriately to the emotions of others. Being aware of our own emotional state can greatly impact our behavior and decisions, as well as affecting our ability to empathize with others. Emotional intelligence is increasingly being recognized as a key component of success in both personal and professional settings, and is an important aspect of personal social development. Emotional intelligence can play a crucial role in the role of a theater nurse, particularly with their interactions with patients and other healthcare professionals in the surgical team. There are many various domains or subtopics within the umbrella term of emotional intelligence, but this presentation will primarily focus on four, and they are self-awareness, self-reflection, empathy, and social skills. Our first domain to be discussed will be self-awareness. Badler describes those who are truly self-aware as able to identify and accept one's own strengths and weaknesses. It is also critical that they are receptive to all forms of feedback and are able to accept responsibility for the mistakes and actions that they take. A scrub nurse who is truly self-aware of their own emotions can better manage their stress levels during surgery, maintaining a calm and professional demeanor, which also improves communication between the team. They can be sensitive to nonverbal cues such as body language and adjust their communication style accordingly. This all helps to improve cohesion between the team, as the surgical process is a highly collaborative process. To develop self-awareness, nurses should accept responsibility for their actions and seek feedback or criticism from trusted colleagues, and instead of being defensive, actively listen and consider what may need to be improved in their practice. An example of good self-awareness in the perioperative field would be when a piece of sterile equipment had been forgotten during a case. This causes a significant delay to the procedure, and as the circulatory nurse scrambles to go get the required equipment, the scrub nurse is left with two options: either accept responsibility or begin making excuses for the reason of the delay or for getting the equipment. A nurse with well-developed self-awareness, or one that is wishing to improve their self-awareness, would accept responsibility, actively listen to any feedback given to them, and control their emotions to maintain professional etiquette. The next domain to be discussed is that of self-reflection. Lambert in his paper refers to a process he called closing the loop, a form of self-reflecting as an individual recalls and reflects on past personal interactions and practice, and then thinks on how they can make improvements for future. This process is strongly represented in highly effective leaders that can use this to analyze a high conflict situation, taking time to consider their response and prevent their emotions from taking over. This can help resolve or de-escalate conflicts in a respectful and professional manner, maintain a positive atmosphere, and assist the success of the surgery. Building on our previous example, we will assume the scrub nurse has accepted responsibility for the delay and apologized to the surgeon and team. Later, they reflect on the situation to identify the reason for the minor delay. It was noted that they did not thoroughly check their setup, and they will endeavor to do so in the future to avoid any more delays. Empathy is the next domain, which is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. A scrub nurse who can empathize with a patient's anxiety or fears about surgery can help reassure them. They can also understand and empathize with the emotions of their fellow team members in the surgical team. This can help foster positive working relationships. Arakilian and colleagues discuss why empathy and positive work relationships is such a core component of emotional intelligence, and the nurses who possess it can lead a team towards organizational stability. In their study, they found that nurse leaders who adopted an open-door policy and had compassion for their team and staff had a greater positive workplace where staff felt comfortable and understood. This was further supported by a similar study by Mansell and another by Inayan. Those who can accurately read their own and others' emotions and put the needs of others above their own are more likely to build trust, strengthen relationships, and collaborate effectively. A nurse with good empathy skills actively seek to recognize and understand people's views while applying cultural sensitivity and avoiding stereotypes. This can be done by active listening and confirming mutual understanding. For example, a listener can rephrase what the speaker has said in their own words and then add, "This is how I understood what you said." This gives the speaker an opportunity to correct or confirm the communication. Badler, Rhodes, and Foran consider social skills to be a combination of all other emotional intelligence traits and are required to understand and respond appropriately to people's thoughts, processes, and feelings. The ability to negotiate or read the room while working towards a common organizational goal is a hallmark of exceptional social skills. This helps the nurses to build trusting relationships within the multidisciplinary team and can ensure evidence-based decisions are made in a safe, supportive work environment. Badler suggests that to develop social skills, nurses should seek to build relationships with colleagues outside of their direct sphere of work. For example, when a new equipment is being used for surgery, taking time to build rapport with the company representatives will allow development of a working relationship and matching of communication styles. This will improve communication during a case, so shared understanding is gained and instructions are both clear and easily understood. As discussed, not only does emotional intelligence have a great impact on the team and the surgical outcome, but increasing levels of emotional intelligence have correlated with both staff retention and job satisfaction. The exact reason for this is unknown, but a study by Wang and colleagues suggests that those who exhibit high levels of emotional intelligence were generally more optimistic in general, able to maintain positive work relationships in and outside of work. Thank you for listening and watching my presentation on emotional intelligence in the perioperative workplace. I hope you found it entertaining or insightful.